going to create a simple application in console, and we are going to use Java to create the app. Okay, so we are in Visual Code, and the way to start, you can either come here and create new file, or you can just click Ctrl N and then Ctrl S to save your file, and then you can change the name. For instance, you're going to create an app that can do some simple maths. That's our small calculator. Here we go. Nice. So we already have our class here to start with. You can create as many classes down here as possible. Let's concentrate with this one here. This is where we're going to do the working. We are going to create our first method. That is the main method, and it is responsible for executing all the instructions that we are going to write down. Okay. Okay, this is our main method. It is responsible for executing all the instructions. For instance, we want to execute an instruction to write a given string on the screen. This is what you're going to do. System out. Okay. Hello. Don't forget to save. You click Ctrl S and then execute. Well, here is the word hello. So we have executed our first instruction pretty well. Now we are proceeding to do the calculations now. Like you want to add two numbers. Okay. Now we come back to our, because you're going to use this statement. Let me just comment it out. Okay. Let's initialize two variables. That is number one, number two, or you can just use a, b, int a, b. Close that statement. Okay. A and b will be referring to the numbers that you are going to assign to these variables. It can be any number, 100, 1, 2, 3, all that. And then you are going to instruct the code to do all the calculations we want. For example, we can do addition, subtraction, division, all that. Okay, now we want to do, we have one more thing, like where are we going to do all that? We must initialize one, that is sum. Now, let's assign our sum. Sum is going to be a plus b, but there will be a problem with that. There will be a problem with that. So here, you must assign these variables. Like now we are told here the local variables a may not have been initialized. Okay, yeah, we are going to assign a value to each. Like this is how you do. A equals to the number that you want. Like let's take 50 in this case, and b we are going to take 60. That can work. Okay, now the error is gone. So if we run our code, it will run fine, but then we must display that to the screen. That's why I commented this, because we are going to use it. Now we are going to display sum. Okay, sum. So it should give us the total for the two numbers, and that is 110. Yeah, this is 110. Good. Now we can do the same with subtractions. And boom, we have -1. That is it with the calculations. But we can define it more better. Okay, look much better. We can just let me just do this. Subtraction. Add more of it here. Sub div and mod. Okay, now we have done our sum. So let's print out everything. All right. So we are going to see the addition is going to be 110. Division, subtraction is going to give us -10, and division is going to give us a 0. Okay, we have done all these operations, but still our code doesn't look fine. We still need to do some more changes so that it can look much better. Okay. Now, what are we going to do? We have to fetch these values from the user, and then we also have to separate these workings so that the code looks much clean. Okay. Now let me create a method. Okay. I'm going to create a method for each operation. Okay. Now let's do this. We are going to use a return method that is an int. We are going to say add. I'm going to add int 2 values a and b. That's fine, and it's going to return a plus b. That's fine. Okay, so our sum here will be okay. Let me just proceed. Okay, this is addition. This one is going to be subtraction. It's going to be minus. It's going to be division. It's going to be division, and this is going to be mod. Symbol for modulus. Okay, we are done. Now all these, we're not going to use this anymore. Again, we want to avoid using that. Fine. So for us to get the values from the user, we are going to use something known as scanner. Okay, so a scanner scans values from user, so we can use just that. Okay, new scanner, and then in, yeah, that's it. But then we have one more problem, and the problem is we are going to fall into an error here, complaining that the system doesn't know the scanner. Okay, scanner cannot be resolved, okay, to type. This means we haven't imported a utility known as scanner. Okay, so we must import java.util. Okay, Java util scanner. Okay, util scanner. So we have imported it. Well, we have imported our scanner already. Now we want to proceed uh, scanning the values from users instead of having static values. Okay, we want our program to be in a continuous mode so that you can be changing this to that, whatever number you want. Okay, let's proceed. Now we want to scan our value A. Okay, so we are going to say A equals to sc dot next int. Okay, because we are expecting an integer from the user. Okay, so we do the same to B. So oh sorry, we have to do this. Okay, B, but then we are going to have to ask the user. Okay, so we must tell the user we need which this value, we need that value. Okay, so we should say fine. So we have already scanned the values from the users. Now what next? We can use the previous way, like we can do this sum sub equals to we call this one of these classes here, I mean methods. Okay, and then we pass the values in there. Okay, and then we assign this value, we assign these values in here. Okay, let me just do both so that you can understand. So we are going to do, this is a sum, we are going to add, and then we do that. For the subtraction, I'm just going to call it directly from here. Okay, just doing that, then I pass my values there. Okay, so you can just choose which one is best for you. Okay, then I pass my values here. So first one, we pass values and then assign the sum. Okay, with the with the value from the addition. Okay, so this method is going to return the total of these variables. It's going to return the total. Okay, so the total is assigned to sum, so and the system is going to print out that total for us. But here we are going to return the values within this. Okay, okay, let's try running the program. First number, let me put 30. Second number, 10. Okay, so first number, number was 10, and then addition 10 plus 30 is going to give us 40. 10 minus 30 minus 10 is 20, and the division is 3. Okay, modulus giving us 0. Okay, that is it. But then still there's a need for more changes. Okay, for now we can't know. If you give it to someone, they can't know what is this, so you must define it properly. So how are we going to do that? We're going to include some more functions. We're going to include the if statements and the while if the need be. Okay, so let's start with the if statement. We can use also what we call the case, switch case. Okay. So for now, let me see which one I'm going to use. Let's use the switch. That one will be fine. Okay. Choice equals to C. Okay, as you can see now, the program is running fine, but still there is something more we can do. Okay, we have already fetched the values. We have asked the user to select from the choices, and we have done the operation as according to the choice of the user. Now here, what we need is to contain the system to not exit until we tell it to exit. Okay, so here is when we are going to use the while loop. Okay, to ensure that it doesn't exit until we tell it to do so. Okay, yeah, so here the system has just exited. We didn't want it to do that. Okay, let me try running it once more. So we have to also to be at least somehow to ensure that the system looks a little bit better, because you don't know what is this for, what is this 10. Okay, so so after the user selects that, we should tell the user that this is this is the value and this is what you selected. Okay. Okay. When you see a string and a plus, that doesn't mean you are adding the string and the integer. Here basically means you are concatenating, joining, okay? Joining two different things to make it one, okay? Okay. You are not adding this and this, but you are joining this and this, okay? Yes, so here you just have to say nice. Let's now use a while loop to ensure that it doesn't exit. There are so many ways to do it. While true, do this, can just leave it that way, okay? Or you can just put the brackets and ensure that this comes here. Okay, while true, do that. But how do you exit the program? That for another time. Let me just proceed with this one because now the system will run forever. Let's say 0 to exit the program. So as you can see, our system now keeps running forever until we run into an error, okay? But we can also avoid, tell the system to not break if it has run into an error. We can keep refining this app until it becomes a very good app. We can use it for that, okay? So now we want to exit the program, okay? Yeah, just 0, break. We're going to break. Since our choice will be containing 0, we can just assign it here. So, okay, our next step is to eliminate the error when one enters non-integer values. Say maybe when one enters a value which is not an integer. For instance, you can use strings. that's maybe j, or anything that is non-integer. Okay, so our system should not crash when we enter an integer value. Okay, so this is what we are going to solve in the next video. Kindly view the next video to as we complete this part. Thank you so much.